Hey guys, Carlz0r here, and today we're going to be playing Windforge. This is a game that, at least in some ways, kind of follows a similar format to games like Starbound and Terraria and other side-scrolling block-based building games and such, but in a lot of ways it also sets itself way apart from other games in the genre. And I'll try to get into that as we play, but the main aspect that's completely different than any other game like this I've ever played before is the world itself. Instead of it being a planet or a series of planets or something where you basically have like a solid landmass or whatever, this world is made up of floating continents, floating land masses in the sky. And there's like a central core of magma. There's 3 different layers to the atmosphere. They've got it all figured out. You can watch the video about the world itself on the Steam store page if you want to. It's actually kind of interesting. And you get to build airships that you can actually fly around, airships that you built yourself out of blocks and parts, and fly those around in this world to explore it, to cover the overlaying storyline, side quests, and kind of just screw around and do whatever you want as well, of course, because it is an open world, open-ended sort of game. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and the first thing I'm going to do is start a new game and show you guys the early part of the game. And then I'm going to jump into my save file later on, which is, it's a little ways into the game, but not far enough to really spoil much. It's just far enough to where you can see the part of the game where I really have freedom and stuff without having to actually sit through watching me go through all of that again. And I am going to kind of click through this storyline bit here. The story is basically that in this world there are these giant sky whale things, and they're becoming extinct at a rate that within a few years, I think it is, they might be completely gone. And the people of this world use the blubber from these whales as a fuel source. And since that's dwindling, and the population's needs are exceeding the amount of whales in existence, people are starting to try to follow these rumors about these ancient ones that had these crazy, unbelievable sources of power that just worked. And people like our character and our companion are trying to figure this out and figure out what you can do to unearth these secrets. Whatever. Anyway, I'm going to be going through the character creation screen really quick here. I already typed in my name, Carlz0r. Actually, I might want to call it something else just in case that messes with my file. I'll just call it Carlz0r B, because it won't let me put in it too. Anyway, you can change between whether you're male or female. You can change your hair color, which has a small effect on the way your character looks there. We're going to give this one blue hair just for the heck of it. And then you can also change what your hometown in this world is, and that changes what your occupation is going to be, which therefore changes what your specialties are going to be. These guys are stronger. These guys have natural vitality, which I guess has something to do with maybe having more health. These guys are more clumsy on solid ground. I'm not 100% sure what that means, but these guys have razor sharp wits. I don't know if this really makes much of a difference in the gameplay or not. Maybe it does, and I just haven't really gotten far enough to notice any of it. Anyway, so you have that. It does change your physical appearance and such too. As you can see over there on the left, it is changing the way the character looks. I'm going to go ahead and stamp the page there, which sends us into the game world itself. And this place right here is our this is our first airship. This is what we'll eventually be able to control. And I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's actually moving a little bit as I bump into walls and jump on the floors and stuff like that. This is actually flyable, actually mobile and stuff like that. I think just right now we can't use it because we're supposed to be doing storyline related stuff, and she's using it to keep us from leaving and ignoring the story. So our first thing that we have to do is go into this old abandoned temple place, and you don't have to go in the way I'm going right now, actually. You can break through the wall if you want to. It's easier to break through the wood, but hey, it's a sandbox game. You can do whatever you want. One of the things that I had to get used to with the digging is that in a lot of games like this, you're used to pointing right at the blocks that you want to break, and in this game, that doesn't always seem to be the best way to do it. By the way, I'm killing this weird thing. It looks like kind of a lion crossed with a warthog crossed with a flying squirrel because it has like the skin flaps between its arms. It's called a shog. Or at least I assume that's how it's spelled or pronounced. Sorry. Anyway, in this game, you don't want to point right at whatever you're trying to dig. You can, and in some cases it'll work out just fine for you, but it's actually easier to just kind of point in the general direction that you want to dig in, and then just kind of do like that. That seems to make digging a lot easier. If you try to point right at the brick, it kind of is slower and clumsier. It works, and you can do this when you need precision, when you're trying to get rid of a specific block. But, yeah, anyway. So, we're making our way through... Is this... Okay, nothing else in it. We're making our way through this temple place. This is supposedly one of the sites that the ancients may have left secrets about their ancient, really cool, awesome power source that... Ooh, I should have equipped my rifle. That was one of the things I picked up back in that other room. Let's go ahead and do that really quick. This is the inventory screen, by the way. You can see what you have equipped over here on the right side of the screen. You can see all the stuff that you have over here. There's also a crafting screen where you can go to figure out all the stuff that you can make. And of course there are crafting stations that you can create or visit in the game world that will expand the amount of stuff that you can craft. There's also recipes that you can learn. You usually find them on bookshelves, or characters will give them to you or whatever. A quest log, and your character stats. So I guess maybe those different professions at the beginning, they do change stuff. I'm not sure what wisdom is for, though. Beast tamer, beast master, crafting, master crafting. Okay, so this is actually stuff that I haven't gotten into in the gameplay yet. That's stuff I have no idea anything about. I didn't want to get too far to where I was playing a save file that was going to be like really spoiler heavy or anything like that. So anyway, plus I wanted to go ahead and get this video out because this game is really cool and it just came out on Steam recently, so I want everybody to know about it. Anyway, where is that? Oh, I picked up rifle ammo. I didn't pick up an actual rifle yet. I will get one soon, though, I believe. I think that this area is always the same no matter what. So, and yeah, of course, you can say, screw the door, I don't want to use the door. You can dig through the wall instead if you want to. In fact, really quick, because of something that you don't know yet, unless you've watched another video about this game or played it yourself, I'm going to go ahead and dig a little tunnel right there. And found a titanium ingot. Oh, some kind of thing that wants to kill me. Just take out the gun and blast it a bit. Or maybe I can just run past it and not worry about wasting all my ammo on it. You have an ammo counter down here. You can also see how much ammo you have in the inventory. Oh, this is the part of the game where they probably want you to start learning how to use the grappling hook, which is a really awesome feature of the game, by the way. Players of the Worms games will enjoy the rope physics. It's not exactly the same, but you can kind of handle it in a similar way. You can kind of... I'm not going to be able to do it very well in here, but you can kind of swing yourself around and retract your rope at the same time to give yourself a faster, quicker swing and do stuff like that. And let's see. Yep, this is where we're going to have our first little boss battle. These guys are actually just kind of regular enemies, but they're not that easy to fight at this part of the game, so because all you have is this wimpy little pistol and no good armor or anything like that on hand. It's not hard to beat them, it's just, I mean, it's hard, but it's not like you're gonna lose. It just takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of aiming, blah blah blah. Found some... Oh, was that finally a rifle? Yeah, I picked up a rifle. So, rifle, it's just a... hold on, really quick. You can see the damage of a weapon. The rifle does 50, the revolver does 25, and don't worry, these are locked for right now during the tutorial part of the game, but you can change these later. These don't have to remain exactly like this on your hotbar forever, just for the first part. So the rifle is doing about twice as much damage as my revolver, And it also fires slightly faster, so it's actually worth using. It uses a different ammo, though. It uses rifle ammo, so you have to keep that in mind. And now we have the tablet that we came here for. And they tell you to get out because something bad is happening here, you see? Oh, let's dig through that. Let's dig through here. Wait, isn't this where I dug through earlier to make myself the shortcut? No, wait, no, it was right here. Oops. Get out, get out. And we're out. These are actually closing up to try to seal you in. And get back to the ship really quick here. And a big explosion goes off and basically downs us. And that leads us into where we're going to have to spend a portion of the game, a small portion, it doesn't take super long, learning how to repair the ship and build new stuff for the ship and all kinds of stuff like that. I will go ahead and now switch over to my save game, just to show you a little bit of, once that's all done, what kind of freedom you're looking at. And what you're seeing right here is the very same airship from before, but I've just made some modifications to it. You can see my crafting table and furnace here. I have a little item stash here. There's a bunch of engines down here. This is just where I've decided to put them. You can put engines and stuff wherever you want, just as long as they're in there. The game kind of wires it all up for you. There's propellers around the outside now. The reason some stuff is the same, like this one's silvery color and this one's kind of bronze color, and then these are kind of gray and these are kind of bronze. They're just made out of different stuff. This one is a medium iron crude propeller, and this one is a medium steel crude propeller. You go into your inventory here and you see that, well, here, now we're near the smelting furnace and the crafting table or toolkit, so all of these extra crafting options are added to our crafting list. Let's see. Also, yeah, I've read some books and I have more crafting recipes than I started with, so there's also that. You can also filter by just clothing stuff, just weapon stuff, food and meds, building stuff, and quest stuff. Apparently, you can actually make a duplicate of the radio, even though that's something the game can give. Starts off by giving you, kind of like the repairing and the repairing tool and the salvaging tool. Something that I can go ahead and show you really quick. By the way, that airship right there is also mine. I stole it from some bad guys. How should I demonstrate this? Just need to find something to smack into. So I've smacked into something and caused damage to my ship. And if I want to repair that, I don't have to rebuild everything. All I have to do is take the repair tool and just kind of color it back in. So you can, of course, fly these airships around, and you can add to them and modify them and all kinds of stuff like that. Let's see, building wood block. Once you've built something onto it, like let's just say I wanted to add more here, like I already have. Once you've built that, if it breaks, all you have to do is use the repair tool on it to bring it back. If you want to remove it permanently, then rather than breaking it, you just use the salvage tool, or whatever they call this orange wrench here, and that takes it back off. You can also use that to collect furnace, crafting table, engines, and all that kind of stuff. Any items, any blocks, any Zeppelin balloons, and stuff like that that you want to take from other ships, you can do that with the orange wrench. So I have this other airship up here. This is one that I stole from some bad guys, and I decided to go ahead and keep it, but mainly just so that I can eventually just salvage all the parts from it, just scrap the whole thing. I decided not to do that right away just because I didn't have a lot of space in my inventory, but I That's registered with the dock. The dock is over here, over here, over here. Oops. Both of my airships are registered with the dock, so I can just kind of summon them into being whenever I want. Let me just fix little problems there that I caused myself. Some items have, some devices and stuff have a certain amount of health, and they can take a certain amount of abuse before they break, and you can kind of repair the health back into them that way too. And I don't think it costs any resources or anything. You just have to take a moment to do it, and that's dangerous enough in itself in the middle of combat. So this is the Dockmaster, and when there's only one ship near the dock, you can actually manage your ships. If right now there's actually two near the dock, so he doesn't give us those options right now just because there's too much going on. Oh, I damaged those on the way over, so just repair them up really quick. Repair that really quick. This is a town. There's people to talk to. There are shops to buy stuff at. I don't remember if this person is a shop or not, but there are several shops around town where you can buy stuff. This was a town that I had to go to in order to progress through some quests. And this town is always here. I think that there are some procedural elements to the game, but that some elements remain the same no matter what. And in this case, this town, I think, is always here. It always looks the same. It does say on the Steam store that there are procedural elements to the game, so I'm wondering exactly if that like randomizes parts of the world, or if it just kind of randomizes your monsters that you run into and encounters and stuff like that. And all of this stuff was searchable. I was able to get books out of here to learn new crafting recipes. I was able to take money out of these. Nobody really seems to mind if you run around and rob the place blind. But this is, without wasting too much time in town, basically further that direction is this like secret underground resistance base where the people are kind of illegally pursuing the thingy that I talked about, the tablets that may or may not hold the necessary things to sorry, I'm not talking very well today. The necessary things to learning how the ancient people had like infinite amounts of power and stuff. Yeah, I'm like going a lot today because there's a lot to talk about in this game, and this game is actually still pretty new to me still, so it's confusing to talk about all of it. Ooh, let's go back up towards our ship. Whoops! I accidentally swung myself into my propeller blade there. Since I took some, well, actually, do I have any? Okay, I do have some healing bombs. I'll just take one of those, and let's head off towards adventure. Let's find something to do. Oh, this would be a good time to show you the world map. As you notice, I just crossed over a border between two screens. The world is broken up into this grid system, and it's also broken up into 3 different layers. And there's all kinds of lore that the developers of the game have come up with to explain this the way this world works. And it's basically that there's a molten core in the middle of the planet, and there's always a current running through it. On one side, the current... This is basically a sphere, by the way. This is the opposite side of the sphere. This is like the bottom of the sphere here and here. Imagine that this is wrapped around and is actually coming up from the bottom. This is a down current that's actually coming up through the center, and it's this. And this blows magma up into the air, and you can see these little chunks here, these little chunks of magma. This is what becomes new pieces of land in this world's lore. And so you have this lower layer here. This is close enough to the core that it's just hot and full of poisonous gas, and nobody can really live here. It's dangerous. You can go there if you have special equipment, though, apparently, which I don't have access to yet. You have the middle section, which is basically where everybody lives, because this is the most habitable, the most temperate everything's perfect for people and plants and animals and stuff to grow. And then you have the upper area where it's cold, it's wind blasted because the current comes up and washes over all of it, and basically just blasts it all with heavy gusts of cold and dry wind all the time. So it's not exactly inhabitable and like horrible like the bottom layer, but nobody really lives up there because there isn't a whole lot of like plant life or anything like that up there. And so that's basically the way the world is laid out. And if you go up high enough, you can visit the nasty area. If the upper nasty area, the desert, the cold desert. And if you go down far enough, then you can visit the poisonous gas area. Not that you'd want to until you have the proper equipment to do so. So I'm just going up, and maybe we can take a look at the cold desert place and anything else that we might run into along the way. There's a landmass. Ooh. Has a rather large crevasse on the side. This is as good a time as any to show you that, well, this one's already pockmarked like it's been shot at or something, but yeah, this is as good a time as any to show you that you can get out at any time. Oh, I'm being attacked by wildlife. Die. Oh, that was one of those basilisks things like we fought in the intro to the game. Everything here is fully interactable in this game. This isn't just like a landmass that is static and remains here forever. You can destroy it. Everything in this game is destroyable. And this one, it happens to have some copper in it and some stone, and I could dig into this all I want to. This person is wanting to kill me. They probably dropped down off of an airship someplace, so I'm going to go look for that. Oh wait, she dropped something. I want that. There is an active quest for me right now. Right now I'm basically supposed to be looking for more temples like the place that I did in the introduction to the game, that contain more pieces of the ancient tablets and stuff that may lead to the discovery of the Ancient One's power source. Anyway, yeah, so all of this, totally interactable. Even this part that looks like, you know, static ground here, you can dig into it and expose the stone underneath and tunnel right through it if you want to. These trees up here, you can chop down. You could obliterate this entire floating island if you wanted to. There are actually attachments that you can get for your ship that make boring through materials easier. You can make like a little arm that sticks off of your ship and destroys terrain for you. And by the way, if you fall and you don't manage to grapple hook onto something, you will fall and fall and fall until you land on something and die, or until you end up in the poison layer at the bottom of the world and die from suffocation, or whatever kind of nastiness that is caused by those gases down there. Right now, I believe I'm in the actual transition between the temperate area and the cold desert place. So this is... Oh, I'm going like really close to the edge of the screen here. Okay, so we're going up through this. There's not going to be really anything here because this is where the air currents move through. But this is going to be... Yeah, you can see the background's changed. Oh, a sky whale! These appear up here and in like the temperate zone where we came from and everything too. These are kind of the mythical, well, not mythical beasts because they exist. Oops, I accidentally went off screen. Because they exist. They're not really mythical or anything, but these are kind of like one of the things that makes that's kind of like famous in this game's lore is the sky whales. These are the things that oh, man, he pushed us right off screen. I was trying to stop and repair for a second so I could get my gun back. These are the things that have been hunted almost to extinction because their blubber is so valuable as an energy source. Pour that back up again. Okay. And if you kill them, normally they don't attack you. I'm provoking it. No! Stop pushing me off screen! I'm too close to the edge of this little section of map. Maybe I can get around him and... Oh no! Oh no! Okay, let's go up a little bit and then try to go back over. Yeah, he bored a nice little hole through my place that time. Let's try to repair all this stuff again really quick. Get around him so he can't keep on sending us back through the edge of the screen there. Oh! And there's some of the charred and cracked and blistered, or not charred, but just cracked and blistered and wind-blown sections of ground that I kind of almost collided with there. Come on, repair. No, stay in one piece. 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 Stop being on fire. Stop being on fire. Stop being on fire. Stop being not working. Stop being not working. Oh no, and now we're being bombarded by the magma stuff that comes up out of the core and blows all over the landscape and causes a meteor-like rain occasionally. This is, once again, part of the game's lore, where the winds that come up through the core actually blow magma up into the atmosphere and then cause problems for people by causing these little meteor storms to occur. It's actually not meteors, it's just pieces of molten earth. And we died. Anyway, let's not go up that high again because that was dangerous, and maybe we can just run into some other interesting adventures or something by going... Actually, let's go up and to the right. Something that I do want to show is that you can run into random encounters with other people, like the people that I stole that airship from. And if you can try to take them out in whatever way you can. You can try to destroy their ship. You could try to just kill them and take the ship. You could do all kinds of stuff. I tend to go for killing them and taking the ship. That way, anything that they drop ends up right there on the ship, and I can also kind of stand nearby and just steal parts off of it from the edge of my airship. Haven't run into anybody yet. Usually I would have seen somebody by now. Ah. This looks like it's been shot at or something a little bit, or crashed into. But yeah, other guys just kind of like randomly appear now and then, and I'm just not seeing any at the moment. Let's see. We've made our way almost all the way over to the right side of the map, which I've never actually gone all the way to before. I imagine there will be a transitional area when we pass through the downward draft thingy on the opposite side of the planet. Oh. Oh, okay, I see the little indicator over there that means that there is another... and it killed us almost immediately. Okay, I'm actually going to go ahead and cut the video for now because I think it's actually starting to get too long. Don't take me being terrible at this game as any sign of whether or not you should get it or not. If you think this looks fun to you, and I certainly do, I'm just trying to get better at it because I suck. But I sat down when I first got this and I played it for a long time and just screwed around with stuff and then reloaded my game over and over again, just trying different stuff out without, wrecking my save file or anything like that. And I've been having a blast with it. So if you think that this looks like something that would be fun for you too, I would definitely go and pick it up. It's available on the Steam store. Link is in the description down below. And thanks for watching, and hope you got some kind of enjoyment out of it. Whether it be a new potential fun game for you to play, or just watching me screw around in an interesting and crazy and insane world that I haven't even seen a fraction of yet. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.